2 million. Come on, it's gotta be at least 2 million. Well, it's right. I just added the pool. I forgot to tell you. I spent at least 150 grand on that, so I could probably get another 50 grand for it at least. So what about 2.2 million? Yeah, sounds better. And it looks great, but you're probably right. It's probably worth more than that. I was going too low. 2.3 million. How do I break it to? What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed that intro. Hopefully you're not in that situation. But what are the features that go into our home value? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk about that, and stick around till the end for a little extra snippet. So one of the first key features of a house is its location. Where is your house located in relation to the places people want to go? So this could be different by person, by family. One of them might be a school. They want to be close to the school, whereas somebody's job might be close by. Or maybe it's the shopping, the food, being able to walk to a store or get there within a couple of minutes. All these are going to have influences on the price. Now, if it's really close to a shopping center, maybe really close to like a Kroger or a supermarket, you're probably going to have a little more expense in that house than if it was, say, 5 miles away out in a rural neighborhood. So that's one big thing that's going to affect it. Look at where the location is. Be honest with yourself. Maybe you don't think it's far, but is it really that close or not? The second thing is, what is the size of your home? How much square footage do you have? And is it all on one story? Is it a tri-level? Is it 2 stories? Is it a townhouse where it's, 2, 3, even 4 stories? All of these things have an influence on the price of your home. Did you know that the smaller the square footage of the home, generally the higher the price per square foot? I'll repeat that. The smaller the square footage, the higher the price per square foot. So that means in inverse, if you have a very large home, you're going to get less money per foot. It's easier to construct the home as it gets bigger and bigger. It makes sense, really. So ranch style homes all on one level tend to be very popular and tend to have a higher price per square foot. You think about it, a lot of our maybe not so young generation getting to the retirement age, maybe having some mobility problem, they're looking for those easy to live in situations. And so the ranch style home or the single level provides that. As our joke in the beginning brought up, how do our upgrades and the things we add to the house affect our house? Well, it tends to not get the same investment back when selling. For instance, pools. You might add on, say, $20,000, $30,000 onto a comp or onto a value of a home for a pool, but it might have cost you $80,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on the size of the pool and how nice it was. And so generally, you spending that money on the pool, you're not going to be able to get the same return on investment, or ROI, as many as you may have heard it on the YouTubes. So just something to think about, especially very niche improvements. So these would be things such as like maybe adding a garage on, a basketball court, a bar. Whenever you're adding special function into a home, generally there's only certain people who will want that special function. And so then the overall appeal of your home really goes down. And then the special use people really aren't going to be focusing on that, or maybe they had been planning on putting it in anyway. They're not expecting it, and so they're not going to pay a premium for somebody who added that to their home. Do I say this to tell you, well, your home isn't nice? No. And those features really can help sell it, but you might not expect the same amount back as you put into it. And when your realtor tells you, hey, your house is only worth this, and you might have been thinking, oh, but it's super nice, it has this, and that. That's why the price they're giving you might be lower than the price you're anticipating. You also don't want to have a home that's so far above everybody else's in the neighborhood. You think about it, you're really having that nicest home. You're really excluding yourself a bit from the average. And so, you have people coming in at a certain level of payments and a certain price point. Now, if your price point is that much higher, then generally people who would want that house are going to go to a neighborhood with a higher price point like that. So if you're getting too far above the average, it really just makes it more difficult to sell, and you don't get the same value back from what you put into the house. And what about those colors? Oh, I know you guys love those vintage bathrooms. Oh, nice, beautiful green tile, nice, beautiful pink toilet. Oh, dream come true. Well, hopefully you're not doing that these days. And if you do, maybe you could think about painting over them. Now, a lot of times I've seen when selling a house, you might have an off color, like say a yellow trim. What would you do with that yellow trim? Well, you might want to put some yellow into the house. No, you might want to paint over the yellow and put on the white. And I know it seems like an extra work. Why not say, it doesn't look too bad. Maybe if we just put some accents around, it'll bring out that trim. But in reality, when you're selling a house and you want to get the most amount of value for it, you shouldn't have a personal attachment to exactly how that house looks. You should have a personal attachment to what you're going to get for it and how you're going to present it to the most amount of buyers. Does that make sense? It becomes less of a bit of a personal sale and more of a business transaction, especially if you're looking for the most amount of money for your house. So how could recent sales actually affect that? And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but generally when you're a realtor and those who are looking for the buyer look up comps or comparative properties in the neighborhood, they're going to look at what has sold in the last 90 days. Now, this could work for you or against you. Say you have a house that had to sell quickly, and so they put it on the market for a cheaper price. Well, that might make the value of your house go down, because as the people are looking through and trying to figure out what houses are selling for in your area, the most recent good comp they have is a low one. Well, I could also go the other way. Maybe the person with the best house on the block sells their house and they sell it for a whole lot of money. And maybe it not necessarily has the most square footage, but maybe they did a lot of improvements or good improvements to it, like updated bathroom and things like that. And so that price per square foot is really high. Well, that might give you a better price. And so you always have to think about, like, what has been selling the last 90 days? Is this, if I want the most amount for my house, is this a good time to sell? Those factors can kind of help or hurt you. Our last section is function. What affects the function of the house? Well, it might be a driveway, no driveway. Could be out in the country. How much yard is there? How much yard is there to cut every week? All these maintenance things that go into owning a home. How recent was the water heater changed? How recent was the roof changed? What is the plumbing like? Is it still old school CPVC, or has it been updated? Is it copper, etc.? All these things might seem small individually. However, they might add up into a potential buyer's mind and make them not want to purchase the property, or might want a discounted price for it. So think about the functionality, think about how old the structure are, the bones are, and if you might be able to do anything about that to get that premium price for your property. So what's that last special factor that I told you? That's the neighbors. Unfortunately, that's something you just can't control, but may affect the price. Well, I hope you guys better understand just a few factors and what can make your home worth a little bit less than you were thinking. But the silver lining is that some of these things are super easy to fix. So you can get out there and improve the value of your home. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and we'll see you again next time.